So I just thought I'd do a video. Everyone's been asking me how I do my Twilight shots, and started off with a couple of years ago. I picked up the video with Mike Kelly showing a light painting technique, and I was floored and I loved it. So I've been working at it and still always trying to get better at it. So anyways, here it is. This is how I do my Twilight shots. So I'm going to turn on all these different layers. So what you're seeing here is a whole bunch of flash pops of me going around, and sometimes I like to go a little bit extra just to have it since you're there. Make sure you cover everything. So the first one up here starts off with highlighting the front of the car, because we got the client had this really nice car, and they said, you know, we would love to have the car in there. And I said, you know what, I agree, it is a beautiful car, so let's showcase it. So here we go. We start off, I got the lasso tool, and what I'm going to do here is the lasso tool, I'm just going to highlight that. Go ahead and click on the mask tool, and that takes care of that part. I'm going to change that, and I'm just going to go to lighten. And I'll do that for pretty much everything after I'm done. Shut that off, go to the next one. So next one here, you can see I got covering that one there, light. Oops, right, click on that. And I'll do all of these all after one shot, but just kind of give me an idea already. You can start to see how everything starts to take shape. Oh, I forgot to mention, what I did first is I created a base image that I started with. I removed the sky because I don't really like the sky that was on here. I'm going to do a sky replacement, but you'll see here I shut all these off, and I know there's a way to shut all these off at once. I just don't remember what it is right now. So let's go. Okay, so there you can see that's my base image, and what I did here in Lightroom is I desaturated the blue, took it out, and I increased it so I can get it as white as possible. So when I do a sky exchange there, it's going to be a lot easier. I also take away the blue, saturated the color that color casts over everything else, and there's like blue on the car, and you'll see it on one of the other images here. If I click on this there, you can see there how it's blue, and that's because it's getting the reflection up from the sky. So I got rid of that. I didn't like that. Now this is a little bit of a darker image versus this one, but it looks darker because the sky and the grass and everything is a little bit lighter in the forefront, but I'll mix in a little bit of both of these afterwards. So this one here, well, since we're here, we're just going to start up. We're going to grab this. Here's a lasso tool. Click on that. Make sure you click on the image, mask that, click lighten. Okay. Same thing here. So I'm not going to bore you with this. We're going to fast forward here to me going towards the end. Okay, so we're back, and I'm going to show you everything that we've done here and lit everything up here. So let's go through it. Before I do any of this, though, I'm going to save. The last thing you want to do is lose all that information that you just did. So I'd like to save that and make sure that gets done. And here we go. So we're going to start on turning on the first light. You can see there, and as I go through this, I want to make sure I see light in here is always clicked on after. So I'm going to go through each image, and you can start to see as we start to paint everything that's coming on, you really start to kind of get to see the image pop in here. And that one there, you see what I did there? That was just strictly car lights. I asked the owner to come down, come out and turn on the car lights because I thought it looked pretty cool. All right, next one, we got the tree on the left. And so now we're going through some of the bushes here. We're looking good so far. Everything looks like it's enlightened and even getting evenly lit, which is what I wanted. There we go. Love doing this. It seems here. Okay, that's the left side. This is just so much fun for me. I love doing it. It literally is creating art for me. It's like I'm painting. Okay, so that is all on. Everything is set. It's turned on. And I'm pretty happy with all of that. Let's just take a look if there's anything. And if there's anything I feel like we need to add or lighten, what I will do is I will that looks like the one I was talking about. It's a little bit too dark for my liking, so actually this one to me is pretty good. So this is the one I'm going to use. So I'm going to export this out. Interior lights. Click that. Okay, we're gonna go back to this image here. We're gonna zoom out. All right. So from this position here, we're going to flatten the image. Gotten the image flattened. I am now going to do some light painting on areas that I feel I could use some brightening up. Kind of like this garage. Okay, around there. This garage over here. Focus on getting the name. I always like if it has the imprint there, the name, I always like to kind of show that off. Let's get this a little bit lighter. This part, definitely get that door. I don't know what happened here, but I missed this light. What happened here? Not sure. I have to go back and check, but I know I do have a couple of light pops there, so we'll have to go back and take a look at what's going on. Okay, bring that back down. And just ever so lightly, just kind of highlighting the parts of the house that you feel need to stand out more. Give it some of that character. All right, I think we're pretty much done there. So I'm gonna say that we're complete on that aspect of it. And now we're gonna get into replacing the sky. So old hard fashioned way. Mike Kelly also showed this in his video, and I was doing this before as well, but I am going to show you again. I just noticed I'd like to have this a little bit lighter up here. You know, the way, if you guys have seen some of my other Twilights, the way I always like to highlight parts of the house is whenever I see peaks like this, I always like to get in there and make sure they really pop and they stand out. So that looks better to me. Okay, So let's go ahead and get this done. So we're going to go into channels. I'm going to go to blue. I'm going to duplicate the channel. I'm going to turn that on, turn that off, off. I'm going to click on this, and we are going to go into adjustments, curves, darken it, and brighten it, and that gets that clouds going. And then what I usually do from here is I will click on the magic wand, because it will kind of usually get the house pretty much perfect all the way around. And then I just go inverse, and then when I start doing my black painting, I don't have to be so detailed and close to the edge. I can just go ahead and start painting all of this part in black, because I know that the house has been protected, the sky's been protected from where I'm going to do the sky replacement. You know, as we start getting into this area here, it starts getting a little bit touchy. So, you know, I changed my brush to more of a hard edge, and I will get in there slowly. Okay. Because anything that is white, remember, is going to show up is where the sky's going to be replaced. So as long as you get all these things pretty much covered. All right, let's go back. Okay, it looks pretty good to me. I'm going to go back to inverse the image back to what it was. Get rid of this. And I'm going to, because I noticed that this got a little, not really. Okay, so from here I'm going to then click on the little marching ants, and that picks up pretty much everything around. We go to our layers image, click back on the layers image, you can see that it's pretty much got everything already. We go in and inverse the image, Command I. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and press on the mask tool. And that's pretty much gone. You can see the sky's gone. So I'm going to go into my sky folder here. All right. I just wanted to, so I got my, I have a particular sky that is kind of standard to what I use. I'm just trying to find it. You know, and I don't want any of these because the house is already red. There's already orange in it. I don't want any of that. So, sunset blue sky. So this is the sky I usually use with a lot of my Twilights. You'll see that it's pretty much in all of them actually. Click over here, stick that into place, and then we're gonna have to enlarge that. Place. Okay, and then obviously we're just going to drag that down so it's in the back, and there we go. So pretty much sums up where I want it to be. Right about there. Okay, that looks good to me. So I'm actually going to make this just, I think, a little bit darker. A little bit. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. There we go. Love it! Look at that. It makes it, just gives it that little bit of mood that we need. Alright, so we are pretty much done here. I'm going to go back and flatten. Actually, sorry, I'm going to save this now as sky. Okay. Because if I have to go back in, because the client or myself, I decide later on that I want to change it to a different sky, I'm going to be able to go back and just go from this layer. So that's done. I'm going to flatten the image. Now from there, I'm going to go back into my actions folder. I'm going to go to details enhancer. I usually run this all the time with my Twilights. Go ahead and press run. Show you what it does. Okay, and there you can kind of see that. So that's with it off. That's with it on. Let me just zoom in and kind of show you. Especially for nighttime shots, because the bricks, you know, here it looks really soft. Here you can really see the details of the brick. It's almost like the grout or the cement in between the mortar, sorry, is in between the brick really stand out a lot more. Details along the bricks and the stone stand out a lot more. So I like it. I think it doesn't always work, but in this case, it definitely does work. So we're done that. We'll go back to flatten. Okay, and now we are going to straighten out this house a little bit and get it so that it's not looking like, I mean, it is on a slight hill, so I was level with the camera, but obviously things are going to look like they're a little bit slanted because the road is just slightly on a slight hill. So let's make this adjustment. Basically just go into the skew tool and ever so slightly start making slight adjustments. Okay, let's place that, and we're just going to take a look. And you can see we're going to be off on this side over here, so we're going to have to kind of correct it. Usually right about there you can see it. So let's go back in, transform, let's skew this up again. And bring that to there. I'm not happy with something here. I'm just going to skew it again. Okay, so that's looking pretty good to me. And then we're just going to basically crop this. We don't need to see all this. And crop it up to about here, just see a bit of the house. And we're going to take this other crop line here and bring that up to about there. So that is pretty much going to be my, I can even bring this up a little bit more. That's going to be my view, my crop. I think that I can even bring it up a little bit more. Just go there. Let's see what that looks like. Crop it. Okay. And that's looking pretty sharp to me. Okay, so we're done. Got the nice Mercedes here. Everything was lined up pretty well. We don't got any issues. Fit to screen. That's it, folks. That's how I do my Twilight shots. So from where we started, which was over here, you can see from that is the beginning standpoint of it to that is the completion point. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much. Please thumbs up, comment below if you'd like me to do some more videos. And happy real estate photography. Take care.